What is going on, party people? You may know me as MattyP2109. Hi, I'm making a little Tarkov tutorial today. A lot of people on my Discord are new to Tarkov. This is their first wipe. They've never played on a wipe day or right at the beginning of a wipe. This is now my third wipe, and I feel like I have been surprised at the beginning of wipe for a couple things, whether it be wipe day or early wipe. And I just kind of wanted to share a little bit of my knowledge and help whoever I can. And if it helps at least one person, that's a win for me. So without further ado, let's party on, party people. So what is wipe? For those that don't know, Tarkov does wipe every so often, periodically. No one actually knows the exact schedule. Battlestate Games does a good job of keeping that behind closed doors. Oftentimes, could be a surprise. Usually there are events leading up to it. There have been rumors lately of a wipe coming, whether it be in-game events or it's been 6 months, and 6 months is typically like the longest wipe length, or just random things and changes in the state of the game. Rumors are afoot that wipe is occurring. So what does it mean when the game actually wipes? Everything starts from scratch. Everything. All accounts get reset, all progress gets reset, whether it be your character name or your level or quest progress or your stash. Everything is gone. The only things that do not get reset are your system settings. That's your controls, that's your resolution, that's your graphic settings, that's your post effects, all that stuff. That stuff stays the same. Now, when you start the game for the first time after the wipe, you will then be presented with the new account screen. It'll ask you to select faction, USEC or bear. It'll ask you to choose a name, as well as the language. I think language comes first, but whatever. And then from there, it's a new game. You're level 1. Now, what to expect actually on wipe day? Wipe day historically is a crapshoot. They are days known for extreme server instability because everyone's trying to play that one day at that one very one time. Everyone's trying to log in at the same time. Everyone's trying to queue up at the same time for the game. So my best piece of advice is be cautious. You may not be able to log in right away. That's just because login servers could be overloaded. Additionally, I know this was true on the 12.12 wipe. I was all excited to play on wipe day. I think I played 8 raids in a span of 12 hours because queue times were about 20 minutes for each raid. Didn't matter map, didn't matter server selection. Everything was about 15 to 20 minutes. Don't expect to play a ton of raids on wipe day unless you're gonna play for hours and hours and hours and hours. Having said all that, if you are considering taking time off, as I've heard plenty of people do, whether it be from work or telling the family to fuck off for the day, I'm gonna actually maybe say don't do that. Launch day of a new wipe is always hairy. Performance is sketchy, and login queues and server queues are ridiculous. So if you're expecting to play 50 raids in one day, that might not happen. Now, the hope is with the various network changes they've done over this past 12.12 wipe that we won't necessarily have the same issues, but I'd go into it with a cautious level of skepticism. Now, you're probably thinking, new wipe, where are people gonna be on maps? What are people gonna be doing and everything? And ultimately, I like to break it down into about 4 categories. There are the explorers who want to explore a new map expansion. In this case, it'll probably be the Lighthouse expansion. There will be a group of those people that want to learn that area, want to be familiar with it right away. I'm going to call those people Dora. The Dora group are going to typically just play Lighthouse for a little bit, figure it out, and then they'll go from there. The people that want to get into it right away, the people that want to make progress and quest and level up and boom, level 15 or whatever flea market's going to be, those people are going to be focused on questing. They're going to follow the quests, they're going to follow the maps. Those 2 early maps for questing are going to be Woods and Customs. I'll talk more about that later. There are going to be people, of course, that are going to be searching out for loot, trying to get an eager, quick head start. I'm going to call those people Swiper the Fox, because they're just going out looking for loot. And typically those people might be hunting raiders. And then there's the chat group. There's the people that are just like, I don't care what map, I just want to kill people. Those people are probably going to be farming dorms pretty heavily right away in the wipe, because there are a bunch of quests that come through dorms, and so they know that that's going to be a hotspot. And I mean, just as is at any point in the wipe, dorms is going to be a hotspot on customs. Now, questing will create hotspots, especially day 1 through day 5 of the wipe. Those hotspots will be the most populated areas of the maps, and definitely be the most contested very early on. the big ones I want to talk about in this video, I'm not going to go into like level 10 quests or whatever. I'm going to talk about like the 1 through 5 quests. The questers of the world, the people that want to make progress, or progress, let's call it. Those people are going to be focused on questing. The early quests are going to be heavily found on woods and customs. Now, those people doing the quests, they're probably going to be on woods or customs doing any of the quests for proper, for Jaeger early on, for therapist early on. Think of the quests like introduction, where you have to go to Jaeger's camp on woods. That's going to be a very hot spot because everyone wants to unlock Jaeger right away to start banging out his piece of shit quest, but mainly to get the shotgun for Gunsmith 1. Additionally, everyone's going to want to go to the USEC camp and the convoy back in kind of the back section there of woods, because everyone's going to want their compass right away. That's a super easy one, especially for new players. 2 primary hotspots for quests on woods are then going to be, of course, Jaeger's camp and then USEC and the convoy. Secondary spot will definitely be the med camp right there, because you need a bunch of Saluas for therapists, you need morphine, you need a bunch of medical supplies, and those supply crates in there will be very, very, very valuable for whether it be for quests or your hideout early on. So definitely pay attention to med camp, Jaeger camp, as well as the USEC and convoy areas of woods. The other map that's going to be poppin' is going to be custom, mainly because customs has a ton of quests, especially early on. Machinery key at the oil tanker there, the machinery key also being found in dorm 205 and 3-story building there. That's going to create a hotspot right there. People are going to go straight to 205 looking for that guaranteed spawn key. People are going to be going to the oil tanker. People are probably going to be camping the oil tanker too, looking for the people wanting to do that quest. So if you're going to the oil tanker, definitely keep your eyes peeled. That's definitely a hotspot right there. Another hotspot kind of away from everything there will be the director's office, where you need the director's key for delivery from the past. That's, I believe, level 5. I might be wrong on that level. I apologize. But that's another potential hotspot. People flooding there. The early quests are all about central retrieval locations, as in everyone going to one spot, looking for the same thing and trying to get out. So definitely, if you're trying to do any of these early level retrieval quests, keep your eyes open. Now, not a spot primary for a quest, but definitely for the loot inside of it is going to be Crack House. A lot of Saluas, of course, early intel finds could be great, but a lot of meds, a lot of ammo, some food spawns in there as well. Crack House is going to be very, very, very popular early on, as is it at pretty much any point in the wipe. Now, I want to move on to items. Items in early wipe, and especially on wipe day, are so much different than if you jumped into Tarkov, say 2 months into the wipe. Items and their value and the ability to find them fluctuate so much. Toilet paper and toothpaste and soap are some of the most highly sought after things early on in the wipe, especially day 1, day 2, because you need those for laboratory, and being able to craft in your laboratory allows you to complete so many quests early on. Now, having said this, this plays into items that are very valuable late wipe, may not necessarily be very valuable early wipe. On the contrast then, items that are super dirt cheap late wipe, like toilet paper or toothpaste or soap, again, using these for an example, end up being extremely valuable and extremely sought after early on in wipe, because everyone wants this, because everyone wants to progress their hideout so they can craft items to complete quests. Now, having said this, it is incredibly important to always be mindful of what you need either now or are going to need for your hideout. This could be at level 1, at level 10, or at level 50. But most importantly, be mindful of when you are looting what you need for your hideout or are going to need for your hideout prior to the flea market. Because of course, some things are going to be way easier to get when you get the flea market, but they may be grossly expensive. Basically, all I'm trying to say is be mindful of your hideout, what you need now for leveling up your hideout, and use the wiki. The wiki is an incredible resource. Now, when it comes to specific items and what you're looking for, the biggest thing that I have found helpful for is being mindful of what you need either for quests, but most importantly for gunsmith. Certain gunsmith items are either locked behind a trader level that you can't get until maybe after you complete the gunsmith quest, or they're going to be ridiculously expensive on flea market. So always reference the wiki for those gunsmith quests early on to find out what you need. Perfect example is going to be for barters. Gunsmith 1, you barter 2 elite pliers and 1 screwdriver for the shotgun from mechanic. That's almost a complete Gunsmith 1 build. There's just a couple other things you need from there, like the muzzle brake that you can only find on loot because it's behind a trader at level 2. I forget who the trader is because I don't actually know that information off the top of my head. The muzzle brake is a perfect example of something to always be on the lookout for. That goes for all quests. If you know that you need a bunch of spark plugs down the line, loot all the spark plugs that you can find. You know that you need the car batteries, the tank battery, whatever. Tank batteries bags out. But you know what I'm trying to say. If you know that there's gonna be a quest down the line, everyone's gonna be looking for that. So if you come across it, make a point of grabbing it early on. The easiest thing I'm gonna say is just loot everything, buy the junk box, and you're good to go. That'll definitely help, and that'll help you really kind of be able to loot everything with less thought. Now, if you don't have the scav case yet, or it's too early, whatever, be mindful of what you need for quests, for your hideout, and all that. Next, for items, I'm gonna talk about barters. A couple of things, like you can barter for the director key, you can barter for the handguard for Gunsmith 1. Be mindful of what potential barters there are to advance you as well. Always be thinking forward. You could think at the immediate quests, but the issue is that you may be thinking of the immediate quest while everyone else is thinking of the beyond quest. So if you come across something that you know you might need down the line, or you might need for a quest after the quest you're doing, loot it. Don't leave it for someone else. Perfect example is gas analyzers. You can craft gas analyzers at workbench level 1. That's for 12.12. I don't know if they're going to keep that for the next wipe, whatever the version number is. But be mindful of what is needed to craft everything. Remember, everything you craft is found in raid and it can then be turned in for a quest. Be mindful of that. And then on the subject of crafting, everyone's also going to be looking for those items needed to craft, like pliers, tool sets, sewing kits, screwdrivers. All the things that are kept in your inventory and are the tools for crafting. Find those, take those. The best way to get those are toolboxes. Loot every single toolbox you come across, every single one. Because the issue is everyone else is gonna be looting those as well. So be mindful of that. But the reason why everyone is gonna be looting those is because you need everything that's found in there, whether it be lighters or screwdrivers or light bulbs. You need 14 light bulbs just for illumination. Same is gonna go for any of the supply crates. Toolboxes and supply crates are gonna be the two most valuable loot sources early on in wipe. And so as a result, if you don't get to them first, other people will. So make them a priority and loot every single one you find. Weapons early wipe are almost hilarious if you have not played early wipe or on wipe day or anything like that. Early wipe weapons and day 1 weapons are a lot of scav guns, a lot of stock M4s, and a lot of stock AKs. Every gun is gonna be lame, it's gonna suck, and it's gonna be shooting 8.55. Now, having said that, day 1 armor, if you can spend the money on some level 4 ceramic armor from Ragman, that will save your life. Going on that note, normally I am very anti-helmet. I think they are a scam unless they have a face shield, except for early wipe or wipe day. Get a penis helmet, always. Get this helmet, always. Where it's like 22K, and early wipe, it will catch 8.55. It will catch any of the crappy 5.45 ammo. It will catch that. But early wipe, that matters. Same with armor. Level 4 armor is legendary day 1 because no one really has armor piercing ammo yet. Now, having said that, a weapon that can be great if you have enough ammo for it is the VPO 209 because of the APM ammo. If you can get enough APM ammo, you will dominate day 1 or early wipe, whatever it may be, because of the fact that it can 1 or 2 shot through a thorax, level 4 armor. I have said this to so many of my friends that started playing early wipe, use the SKS. Use the SKS, the PS ammo, and it will carry you through early wipe when people don't have armor. People aren't gonna have good armor early on. Take advantage of it. It's the one time in the wipe that people are gonna be able to use shitty ammo. All right, I'm gonna kind of like wrap this up really quick. Kind of like a too long, didn't watch type thing. Here's a summary. Wipe, everything resets, except account settings. Server and login queue is gonna be a bitch. Don't take work off. Wait a couple days, they'll chill out. Busy maps, think of what people are gonna be doing, what they're gonna be prioritizing. There's different groups of people. There's gonna be questers, there's gonna be PvPers. Think about where they're gonna be. Now for questing, think about where those early quests are and where everyone's gonna be. Everyone has those same early quests. Everyone's gonna be at the same point. Keep your eyes peeled for that. Items, think about your hideout at all times. Think about your quests at all times. Stuff very valuable early on in wipe is probably not gonna be very valuable later in wipe, and vice versa. Late wipe valuable, early wipe not valuable. Weapons, day 1, wipe day, it's gonna be a lot of shitty base guns, a lot of shitty ammo. Don't be afraid to wear kind of crappy armor. It's still gonna be effective.
P.A.K.As might save your life day one. All right, that's it, party people. I hope that answered some questions or gave a little bit of insight. I kind of rambled. I kind of went on tangent into kind of like just general early life shit, but I've been wanting to make a video like this for a long time. If you liked it, please, and it just provided some level of information at all, please let me know. Great, hit that thumbs up. If you didn't like it, whatever, let me know in the comments. Seriously, constructive criticism. I'm all for that. If there's something I missed, if you have a question about early wife or day one or wife day, whatever, let me know as well. But party people, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate y'all. And hey, as always, keep partying. I'll see you later.